Making headlines. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz congratulates Dr. Mohammad Yunus following his appointment as the Chief Advisor of the Interim Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. Maldives Police Service and the Maldives Customs holds discussions on strengthening existing collaboration. And Minister of Tourism states the government will be announcing special loans for guest house development.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafizat Sattar. And now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz congratulates Dr. Mohammad Yunus following his appointment as the Chief Advisor of the Interim Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. In a post shared on social media, President Dr. Muiz emphasized that as a long-standing friend and close partner, the Maldives wishes unity, peace and prosperity for the people of Bangladesh under his leadership. Bangladesh's Nobel Peace Prize-winning economist Mohammad Yunus was sworn in as the head of the country's caretaker government on Thursday, 3 days after Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was forced to quit and flee the country following violent protest. Yunus was recommended for the role by student protesters and returned to Dhaka earlier from Paris, where he was undergoing medical treatment. Yunus will be the chief advisor in the interim government tasked with holding fresh elections in the South Asian country of 170 million people. The student-led movement that ousted Hasina grew out of protest against quotas in government jobs that spiraled in July, provoking a violent crackdown that drew global criticism. Maldives Police Service and the Maldives Customs holds discussions on strengthening existing collaboration. The discussions took place during a meeting between the Commissioner of Police, Ali Suja, and Commissioner General of Customs, Fatma Tiana. During the meeting, the two discussed ways to further strengthen the relationship between the two institutions. As such, discussions were held on expanding and further strengthening the joint efforts to prevent the smuggling of drugs and other substances into the country. Discussions were held on ways to further strengthen the existing collaboration between the two agencies and foster collaboration in technical and other areas. The meeting was an important step in further strengthening the relationship between the two institutions and working together to ensure the safety and security of Maldives. Plastic surgery services have been introduced at the Kuladuffushi Regional Hospital. This is the first time the service has been launched in a hospital outside of capital Mali City. Plastic surgery services were launched at the hospital as part of the efforts of the hospital's management to launch new services. The service will be provided at the hospital in collaboration with Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital, IGMH. Acting Medical Director, Head of a Department of Surgery, and first sub-specialist of plastic surgery of IGMH, Dr. Muhammad Wahid will lead the service at Kuladuffushi Regional Hospital. Dr. Wahid also played an important role in introducing wound care and laparoscopy surgery to the hospital. With the introduction of plastic surgery services at the hospital, treatments can now be offered to scars caused by burns and other injuries caused by fires and other incidents. The hospital will be providing the service as an outreach program with the aim of expanding the service in a sustainable manner. The Indira Gandhi Memorial Hospital ICMH discloses that the hospital is working to expand services provided by the hospital and introduce services to the diseases that most Maldivians go abroad for treatment. This was disclosed by the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of IGMH and Dharmawant Hospital, Dr. Shah Mahir. Speaking to PSM News, Dr. Shah Mahir disclosed that IGMH is working to develop treatments for cancer, heart disease, stroke and brain diseases in the Maldives. He added that open heart surgery is planned to be performed at the hospital very soon. He also stated that the hospital is working to introduce vascular surgery as well. The doctor stated that the introduction of such specialties will increase the overall health services. He also added that intensive care services should be expanded if major surgeries are being done at the hospital. He noted that the changes brought to the entire health system will improve the services of IGMH, noting that one of the reasons for the delay in services at the hospital is a lack of bed capacity. The Deputy CEO of IGMH stated that the construction of the 74-bed 4-story building will increase the bed capacity of the hospital. The 29-year-old hospital currently has a bed capacity of about 350 beds. The Managing Director of Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC), Ibrahim Shuri, states that the corporation will be commencing work to diversify the tourism industry of Maldives. He made the statement during a press conference held to commemorate the successful completion of the Welcome India Roadshow.
Speaking at the press conference, Shuri noted the Maldives is rich in natural resources, noting that the Maldivian tourism industry has been heavily dependent on promoting the Maldives as a dive destination or a honeymoon destination for the past 50 years. Shuri stated sports tourism, film tourism and education tourism can be introduced and promoted in the Maldives. He went on to highlight that some scenes of the Star Wars were shot in the Maldives and stated that there are tourists who visit destinations where such films are shot. He also added sports tourism can be developed in the country by adding that agreements can be signed with foreign universities during the low seasons to bring students from the country for camps and exchange programs. Shuri stated that the Maldivian tourism industry needs to be more diverse with the introduction of new experiences and new markets. He noted MMPRC is preparing to commence the diversification works next year. He said a study has been conducted to identify the concerns of the industry and added that the corporation will give high priority to work closely with the industry stakeholders. Ministry of Tourism has disclosed they have received a proposal to develop sports tourism in the Maldives. As such, the ministry states that a relevant team will be visiting the Maldives soon to hold further discussions on the matter. The government aims to increase the number of tourist arrivals to 2 million this year and attract 5 million tourists annually by the end of its 5-year tenure.
The Chief Executive Officer CEO of the Maldives Ports Limited (MPL), Mohammad Wazir, states the bunkering service will create more job opportunities and businesses. He made the statement while speaking on a program of PSM News.
The CEO of MPL disclosed the company is developing accommodation facilities for staff before commencing the bunkering service. As such, he stated that the accommodation buildings will be completed by August 21st. The company aims to commence the bunkering service on August 22nd. Wajir said the MPL will be providing a list of services related to the bunkering service. As such, he noted that the company will be providing water bunkering services and clean water supply, as well as cruise terminal pilotage and tower services. He also stated that services like supply of food, lubricants and spares will also be provided by MPL as part of the bunkering service. Noting these transactions will be conducted in US dollars, Wajir highlighted that this would bring in millions of dollars into the economy. He noted that this will be beneficial to MPL and the country's economy. Adding that the service would provide new job opportunities in the islands, he disclosed that MPL has already announced the recruitment of new employees. Furthermore, Wajir noted this will also create more business opportunities and increase the economic activities carried out in the area. He added that the government aims to make the maritime industry the third largest industry in the Maldives. 2 4,000-ton oil tankers are scheduled to be brought in to start bunkering services in the north of Maldives. The government is implementing the bunkering service in 2 phases. During the first phase, MPL will be providing an off-port bunkering service. For the second phase of the project, the government aims to develop a port with all other services required. The bunkering service is a supply of fuel to marine ships and vessels.
Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal states the government will be announcing special loans for guest house development. He made the remarks during a press conference. Speaking at the press conference, Minister Faisal noted the government will this year open special loans for youths to develop guest houses. He stated that it was time for the youth of the country to invest in the tourism industry. The minister added that discussions have been held with the Bank of Maldives and the Maldives Islamic Bank regarding the loan scheme. Additionally, Faisal disclosed that the tourism industry is working on a master plan to develop tourism in all the atolls. He added that the master plan would also help to note the islands where more one island, one resort concept can be developed. He further stated that the master plan will also include ways to sort investments. He stated the plan would also include the number of guest house bed capacity to be developed in the islands. The minister has earlier stated that the percentage of the budget allocated to the Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation (MMPRC) would be used to promote the tourism of Maldivian atolls. Currently, 118 guest houses are operating in 20 atolls, contributing to 23% of the total bed capacity with 14,707 beds. The Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA) announces the recruitment of 5 managing directors following the changes to its structures to strengthen the work of the authority and produce better results.
The authority announced that applicants should have at least 5 years of experience in the MMA or finance sector. They should also hold a degree and a master's degree level in finance or business or in a related field. At least 3 years of experience in an executive position is also required. Managing directors are being recruited for the areas monetary policy, research and statistics, financial stability, banking operations, corporate service, and financial sector development. The appointments are made for a term of 5 years and can be extended depending on the strength and productivity of the work showcased by the individual. Interested individuals from the general public can also apply for the positions. Interested candidates are invited to apply for the position before August 22nd. Changes to the structure of the central bank were brought up in consultation with the MMA board and approved by the newly appointed governor of the MMA, Ahmad Munawar. With the new changes, the post of assistant governor has been transferred to the post of managing director. The existing assistant governors have been promoted to advisors.
Ghana opens its first commercial gold refinery in Accra, the capital, as part of an effort by Africa's leading gold producer to add value and earn more from the precious metal, which has been mined for centuries.
The Royal Ghana Gold Refinery, with capacity to process 400 kilograms of gold per day, will source gold ore from small-scale and artisanal miners before acquiring licenses to process gold from large-scale miners. The refinery is a partnership between Rossy Royal Minerals of India and Ghana's central bank with a 20% stake. Speaking at the opening, Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia said the launch of Royal Gold Refinery marked a new era that would help contain gold smuggling and raise national earnings from the precious metal.
Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida cancels plans to visit Central Asia on Friday and spearhead precautionary measures instead.
The Japanese Prime Minister's decision came following an unprecedented warning that the risk of a major Pacific Coast earthquake was higher than usual. The Japan Meteorological Agency issued on Thursday its first ever warning of the risk of a huge earthquake on the country's Pacific coast, following one of magnitude 7.1 that struck the southwestern island of Kyushu the same day. It did not indicate a quake would definitely happen, but encouraged people to be ready to evacuate if necessary. Kishida told a press conference that he has decided to stay in the country for the next week or so to ensure preparations and communications are in order. Kishida noted that it is the first time such a warning has been issued and people would be feeling anxious about it, although the warning did not give a time frame or call for evacuations. Public broadcaster NHK notes that the government may seek to hold meetings with regional leaders online instead. The visit to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Mongolia was originally set to run from Friday to Monday.
Portugal's defender Pepe announces retirement from football.
The 41-year-old's last game came at Euro 2024, where Portugal were defeated by France on penalties in the quarter-finals. Pepe became the oldest player to appear at a European Championship finals tournament. He made 141 appearances for his country, winning the Euros in 2016. He spent 10 seasons at Real Madrid, where he won 3 La Liga titles and 3 Champions League trophies, as well as 2 FIFA Club World Cups. Pepe joined the Spanish side in 2007 from Porto and returned to the Portuguese club in 2019, where he remained until the end of his career, winning 4 Primeira Liga titles across his 2 spells at the club.
Dance in central Copenhagen marks the return to supermarket shelves of fiery South Korean ramen noodles that had been banned for being too spicy, a decision that has since been partly reversed.
Stores in Denmark in June removed 3 variants of South Korean Samyang Foods Bulldog instant ramen line after the Danish Veterinary and Food Administration found the noodles' high capsaicin level posed a serious health risk. The Danish regulator has said that capsaicin, the compound in chilies that creates a burning sensation when eaten, can cause intoxication, nausea, high blood pressure, and vomiting when ingested in high quantities. Samyang, which sells the products worldwide, had contested the ban and on Thursday celebrated the reversal by feeding its noodles to social media influencers gathered on a ferry add-on in the firm's bright red colors on Copenhagen's harbour. Influencers who had been paid to participate joined fans, and some journalists to try the noodles served by chefs on board the boat as it sailed through the Danish capital. The regulator's warning in June was specifically aimed at children and youngsters who challenge each other on social media to eat the spicy ramen, as well as vulnerable adults. But the ban was lifted last month for 2 of the 3 variants after further examination of the spicy noodles showed that they did not exceed the critical capsaicin level.
And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant day ahead.